We begin the treatment with a caressing touch. It's important to never abandon contact. So, before you remove one hand, be sure to put the other hand in position. The movement is slowed down as much as possible, and the attention must be directed to the point of contact in order to perceive the sensation of friction, as that sensation permits the development of heat. The more you develop an effect of heat on the surface, the more the body permits a profound access, so that you are able to then begin to make the treatment more specific and effectively much deeper. This is a method that can be utilized to initialize every treatment of every part of the body, leastwise to my way of looking upon a massage. After that, let's move on to evaluate the specific part, which in this case, since it is a big toe valgus or deformity, the specific part is at this point. We must go on to develop this sensation of friction on the bone, so creating a firmer pressure in order to perceive the contact with the bone. We develop with the fingers, adhering to the skin, a profound friction deep into the bone. The pressure mustn't be too strong. It must not cause pain. The pressure must be sufficient to perceive the contact with the bone, but if it provokes pain, we have to lessen the pressure. To make an efficient treatment, it's important to treat an area larger than only the simple point of concern. Since the point concerned, and in particular in this case where the problem is on the bone, it's always a cold point. So if we heat a larger area, we have a greater chance of success. If we want to heat a limited point, it is much more difficult to heat. Therefore, I consider treating at least 5 to 10 centimeters before the concerned part and 5 to 10 centimeters after the concerned part. We develop this type of treatment by making at least 5 passes over all this part. Consider that in addition to the local evaluation of the big toe or deformity, this part of the body represents the cervical area according to the complex of reflexology. So, all the individuals who suffer from neck pain may benefit from doing this type of treatment. Not only benefits on the foot, but even on the neck. After having made 5 complete passes, let's evaluate the elasticity. Consider that each and every articulation in good condition has a good elasticity response to pressure and to tension. Therefore, finding ourselves in a problematic bone joint, we can surely expect to find a definite reduction in elasticity, so that with a treatment of this type, it is possible to improve the elasticity. We begin at the position where the big toe sits naturally, and then change the position, pulling upwards, and for every position that we take into account, we apply no less than 5 pressures and 5 tensions, bending the toe downwards, arriving to the determined limit of the possible movement. And then we even make movements toward the inside. The most difficult position for those suffering from this problem is the open position. But without forcing, we have to arrive to the point at which the pain begins. Where the pain begins, we effectuate the treatment of pressure and tension, and we can easily verify a benefit, such as an improvement in the level of pain, at least in cases of less severe problems. In more advanced cases, where the problem is more severe, if you insist and treat it every day, it's possible to substantially diminish the sensation of pain. We can expand this concept of elasticity to every toe. Consider that, with regard for the concepts of acupuncture, we have reference points on the big toe that correspond to the meridians that represent the spleen and the liver. On the second toe, that which I'm treating now, we have corresponding meridian references to the stomach. On the third toe, we have reference to the second part of the stomach. This means that people who have a digestive problem that arises an hour or two after having eaten is referable to the second part of the stomach and should be treated from this toe. On the fourth toe, we have reference corresponding to the gallbladder meridian, which is an activator of all body movements. On the fifth toe, we have reference corresponding to the meridian of the bladder. If we elasticize well all the toes by repeating several times this treatment, the result is a good feeling, which counteracts the problem, defined as hallux valgus. Inasmuch that when there is an altered articulation that concerns the big toe, it is very difficult that the surrounding joints are in good condition, which is why it is important to take into consideration the largest area possible. Repeat this type of treatment, which means the entire series of treatments, at least 3 times, and you can then evaluate the effect. Thank you for your attention. Ciao.